Dear students, in last lecture we studied about pollination and its types. Today we will see about agents responsible for pollination. As the pollen grains are not capable of locomotion, they have to depend on various agents such as wind or insect for transmission of the pollen grains. Majority of flowering plants depend on transfer of pollen grains. Virtually all seed plants need to be pollinated. Most of the food and fiber crops grown throughout the world depend upon pollinators for reproduction. So, the agents responsible for pollination have been grouped into two main categories. The agents which are non-living, they are known as the abiotic agents, and the agents which are living, they are known as the biotic agents. Today we will see about the abiotic agents. Abiotic agents, these are the non-living agents and which are mainly include wind and water. So, the first type, that is anemophily. Anemophily, it means the plants which are pollinated by wind, or the plant in which the pollination takes place with the help of wind. Most of the important crop plants are wind pollinated. For example, wheat, rice, corn, rye, barley, oats. Some palm trees, they are also wind pollinated. So, for the process of wind pollination, plants, they are showing some modification or the adaptations. Which are these adaptations? So, now we will see about the adaptation in anemophilous flowers. The flowers which are pollinated by the wind, they are small and inconspicuous. Their size is very small and they are not clearly seen. They are inconspicuous, colorless. They are without nectar and scent. It means honey, fragrance, odor is not present. Pollen grains produced are in large quantity, or they are in large number. All the pollen grains, they are small, smooth, dry and light in weight. Stigma is feathery to trap pollen grains which are carried by the wind currents. Long style bears large feathery and hairy stigma. See in the diagram. Here the stigma is feathery or it is hairy. And see here the stamen which is versatile. Stamens, they are exerted with long filaments and they are versatile. Both stamens and stigma are exposed to air currents. The diagram showing pollination by wind in maize plant. At the tip region, male inflorescence is observed, which is known as tassel. Below that, flag leaf, tassel internode, and below that, style, female inflorescence ear. See the structure carefully. See the another diagram. Now, the second type of abiotic agent, that is hydrophily. Pollination takes place by water. It is found only in some 30 genera of the aquatic monocots. Example, Vallisneria, Zostera, etc. In this plant also there are some adaptation, some modification for the convenience of water pollination All the flowers, they are small and inconspicuous. Perianth and other floral parts are unwettable. The coating of mucilage is present. Again, on pollen grains, they are long and unwettable due to presence of mucilage. Nectar and scent or fragrance, they are lacking. So, flowers are without nectar and without fragrance. Again, there are two types in hydrophily. One is the hypohydrophily and another one, it is the epihydrophily. Hypohydrophily, it means here the pollination takes place below the surface of water. Example, Zostera. And epihydrophily, where pollination takes place on the surface of water. Example, Vallisneria. In hypohydrophily, pollination occurs below the surface, water surface, and here the pollen grains are heavier than water, sink down and caught by stigmas of female flowers. Example, seagrass. Or in Zostera, the pollen grains are long, ribbon-like and without exhale. In second type, that is epihydrophily, the pollen grains float on the water surface and reach the stigma of female flower. Example, Vallisneria. It is a submerged dioecious plant, freshwater aquatic plant, in which female flowers reach the water surface temporarily to ensure the pollination, and male flowers float on the surface of water. Here, the specific gravity of the pollen grain is equal to that of water. That is why they float on the surface of water. Some aquatic plants are anemophilous. Example, Pentamotagon or Halogaris, etc. Some aquatic plants, they are antemophilous. Example, lotus, water hyacinth, water lily, etc. So, these are the main two agents which are responsible for pollination and which are non-living. They are the wind and water, anemophily and hydrophily. So, in this lecture we studied about these abiotic agents which are responsible for the process of pollination. Thank you.